Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Armando, that's Corey, and today we are doing 1989's Pet Sematary. This film was requested by Steph on Patreon. She's one of our OGs from YouTube to Patreon, etc. And if you want to join us on Patreon, it's for only $2 a month, starting at $2 a month. You could feed one malnourished guy. And another chubby dude. But go to Patreon, look up you can go to Patreon, search Kiss the Reviews. We're there. We have all kinds of really cool stuff and watch parties, movie reviews with all of the movie clips in it and all of that stuff. So check us out there, and let's get into the cast of 1989's Pet Sematary. This film stars Dale Midkiff as Lewis Creed, Denise Crosby as Rachel Creed, Fred Gwynne as Jud Crandall, your cat now, Lewis, and Miko Hughes as Gage Creed. Let's get into the actual review in the movie. So this movie opens with the Creed family moving from Chicago. They're moving from Chicago to the small town of Ludlow, Maine. Listen, if you're going to start off a movie, this is how you start off a horror movie, with the creepy music, with kids singing. That's the way to start a film like this.
Yep.
Especially with the slow burn that it is at the beginning.
Yeah, they definitely use the slow burning rolling papers.
Yes. The house that they're moving into is on what looks like a backwoods country road. But 18-wheelers are taking this road for some reason at 70 miles per hour. And their youngest son, Gage, almost immediately gets hit by one of these 18-wheelers when Jud comes across. He's like, "Oh, it's your kid now, Lewis." And he gives him back and saves the son. Again, this is a country fucking road. I've lived on a couple of these roads. Ain't no fucking 18-wheelers driving by at 60, 70 miles an hour on those fucking narrow-ass country roads. And if they are,
lived in Maine.
And if they are, they got stuff in the back that they're trying to avoid the expressways. Okay? These guys just flying through.
Here's what you're neglecting. This is Maine. That is literally I-95 in Maine. That is a major interstate, and the only way transportation goes through is on dirt roads. Maine is genuinely insanely isolated and small and just absent of things. It's wild, especially the smaller the town, dude. They're so
northeast, weird. That northeast part of the country, Maine, Rhode Island, like those small, let's just call it what they are, insignificant places. I do not understand anything about them. I've never been up that way. But I'm looking at on film this time, and I'm like, oh, I've lived in Ohio. I've lived on these little stupid country roads. And you get cars that are doing maybe 40. And you're like, there's kids that play here.
Hey, slow down! Children play here, you fat cow!
That's what we did in the 80s. We just drove trucks fast and fucking listened to Ramones and ran over cats and kids, and who gives a shit?
Well, and this is how you know it was the 80s. They immediately befriend Jud, this whole family. In 2025, not only would they not talk to Jud, they would have called the cops for touching their son, even though he saved them from the truck.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been like, there's a guy touching my kid. And they would have been like, Jud, go fucking take a walk. In 89, they're like, hey, Jud, you want to come in for supper? Well, I'm going to go over and drink with you.
Let me tell you, they would have been a lot better off had they called the cops on Jud and sent him back on his way. Because this just starts all of this. This would have been a normal-ass family with one dead son. And you know what? By 2025 standards, that's not bad.
Yes.
So
yeah, you're doing okay.
Like, you still got one.
Yes.
You had two, you got one. But you're
That's
batting
it.
500 puts you in the Hall of Fame these days. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, in 1890, one of your kids is going to get eaten by a bear anyway. So, I mean, like,
that's it.
you get hit by a truck, eaten by a bear, whatever. It is what it is.
It's Maine. That's a modern day bear, baby.
Exactly. But literally immediately that night, like the night they move in, Jud tells Lewis about the pet cemetery in the woods behind Lewis's house. And the next day, like a goddamn school trip, Jud takes the whole family along the path to this creepy ass pet cemetery. Rachel is not happy about it at all. And she's like, Jud's like, well, kids need to learn about death. And she's like, why? Because it's a part of life.
Why?
People
because you killed your sister?
Yeah.
Maybe we're trying to avoid that.
I think so.
Because she had spina bifida or whatever. Spina bifida Sally fucking died emaciated in a fucking attic, and you sat there and laughed at her like a fucking psycho.
You were correct.
And here's the thing too, because we get the scenes here. There's scenes of them like getting breakfast before the day. Lewis is like the doctor, yada yada, and like Gage is fucking throwing food at everybody, and Gage is a little shit. The daughter's a little shit. Like, dude, get control of your fucking family unit. Just as parents, you're ignoring your fucking kids. Just every which way. They're just running around. This one's in the fucking tree swing. This one's almost getting hit by 18-wheelers from jump. You got kids throwing fucking food around. Get control of your fucking kids. What are we doing here? I know it was the 80s. One of these worked in the 80s.
Hell yes.
I know I'm going to get some shit for this, but I mean, if your kid runs to the road.
I just told people to smack their kids.
Oh, no, Mom, I'm going to be way worse. If your kid runs to the road and he gets scooped up by a scary old man who's like, and sets him down, and he doesn't go, start crying and never go near that road again. Yeah. Is it not a little bit of natural selection?
I mean,
is that why the truck driver maybe didn't get prosecuted? Because they're just like, dude, how many times did this kid run towards the fucking road?
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
But later, you're not wrong. But later at the college where Lewis works, Victor Pascow is brought in after a car accident. Lewis works on him for like 4 seconds. Victor dies, but wakes up and warns Lewis about the pet cemetery. And that night, Victor visits Lewis at home in a dream, not a dream, warning him that the ground beyond the pet cemetery is sour. The ground is sour.
Fucking, first off, Liam McPoyle in his first role does a great job.
Now I'd ask you guys to leave, but I'm just too damn happy. See you bitches on the dance floor.
Because that's all I kept seeing was fucking, he's a McPoyle the whole time.
Yes, absolutely. He shows up in his dream and he's like, start breaking bricks, wet nips.
And start breaking bricks, wet nips.
But then they bring him into the hospital. This dude looks like Freddy too. Like his entire brain is exposed.
He looks
and the
like
doctor's
JFK.
Like, let me see what I could do. Fucking, he died, man. I feel so guilty. This kid died on. That kid was dead the second oxygen hit his open air brain. Your skull is not a convertible, dumb shit. Yes. I know we're in Maine, but let's pretend like, skulls need to be attached.
Yes. He looked like JFK. Let's fucking, let's slow down on let's save him. Era, let's save him, okay? No, you ain't saving that kid.
Not in this decade or the next.
And by the way, when you show up as a ghost, like I need to, after I pass, I would like to ask some questions if ghosting is a thing. Like, can I get a change of clothes? Because this dude's wearing nut huggers and the very first Nikes ever made throughout the rest of this fucking movie.
I'd be fine with that because they're the only things not covered in my fucking blood. Like, can I just get some I'm a clean freak, ghost or
Yes.
not, can I get some non-bloody clothes and maybe some trousers? I think they
Corey's
said that
like-
in 89. Can I get some trousers? My mom gets mad when I sat on the Davenport in my short shorts.
Corey would have been like, hey, whoever's handling the ghosting world, can I get like a Tide stick or just something to get this blood off me? This is gross.
Yeah, this is fucking disgusting. What, because it's my blood, it's not gross? It's because it's my blood. I know it's gross.
Yep. Well, and here's the problem with Lewis and this whole movie, okay? Because Rachel and the kids are away to Chicago. They keep flying to fucking Chicago to spend time with her parents who fucking hate Lewis. And when Lewis is
Nobody likes him.
Yeah. And when Lewis is left alone with no family around him, he makes the worst all-time decisions. So they're in Chicago. Church, the family cat, is hit and killed by one of these speeding fucking trucks. Jud takes Lewis to the sour soil to bury Church so he comes back to life so his daughter isn't disappointed. And I got a couple of fucking problems with this. Okay?
You think?
Jud tells the story later on about how he buried his dog in the thing, and the dog, and Cujo comes back and fucking attacks, and he's got to kill the dog. Why are you, first of all, why are you even putting a thought in Lewis's head that you can bury shit and it comes back alive when you know, when you because all he does, he buries it and then he's like, oh, it's your cat now, Lewis. And the cat is fucking demon cat. And then he tells him, don't bury shit out there because it doesn't come back the same and it's all evil. Why did you make me bury the cat out there then? Certain things you keep to yourself. Just saying. Jud is the fucking asshole in this whole movie.
No. Your cat now.
Well, yeah, and we're trying to make this is all to make the little girl feel better.
Yes. Why?
You drug her to a pet cemetery 2 days ago to explain death to her.
Yes.
And then when death occurs, you're like, nope. We got to, if we can't have a demon cat, my little girl's going to cry for 2 days before we buy her a new fucking cat. And then she'll forget the other one ever existed.
Yeah. No. Hey, Lewis, listen, have we not seen sitcoms in the past? You go buy another one that looks like the one that's dead, and then you go, hey, look, baby, Church is still alive. You don't take it to the fucking ghost demon burial ground. What are we doing here?
Yeah. Here's how this goes. You pick her up at the airport back in Maine, or off the parachute they throw you out of because there is no airport in Maine. It's like, get out. So you either do that, you drive home, you put on All Dogs Go to Heaven on VHS, and then as soon as it's over, it's been like, hey, you remember that cat, Church? It's fucking dead. And then you go out and you get a new cat and everybody's happy. End of discussion.
You know what cats do? They run away. Just tell her it ran away. You gotta tell her it's dead. But whatever.
No, you might catch a lucky break and she might just disappear looking for the cat.
There you go.
That's 2 problems solved.
And now you can travel as husband and wife because you need to work on your marriage because there's some issues that they're having as well. And they need a vacation together just to reset.
Yeah, can I do this?
Corey's life lessons.
Hi, white women. Uncle Corey here. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but here's a tip, okay? And this isn't for everyone, but by and large, if you've cut your hair short and you find yourself to have a giant stick wedged up your asshole from that point forward, grow your fucking hair back out. It's the short haircut. Every time that you look in the mirror, you see a fucking asshole.
All I saw was Kurt Warner's wife every time she was on camera.
And all I saw was Kurt Warner.
And Susan Powder.
You got the same goddamn haircut. Yeah. And that fucking stern jawline. The longer hair relaxes faces. So if you're just kind of generally bitchy or you have a resting bitch face,
yes,
keep your hair longer.
Yeah.
And then smile.
Moving on. God damn. That was a curveball. So
no, I think pretty much 90% of people knew exactly where that was going to end up.
But so Church here comes back to life. He's more evil than the normal alive version of himself, which is saying a lot for a cat because cats are assholes. But Lewis asks Jud if a person has ever been buried in those grounds, and Jud replies,
Christ on his throne, no. Whoever would.
So now you're hiding a fucking thing.
Again.
And yes. So you're hiding a thing. And this is also where we have Rachel telling the story of her sister who had like scoliosis. But she tells the story of her sister who looked like the crypt keeper, and she died when Rachel didn't help her when she was choking. And then Rachel went out and threw like a kegger. And everybody was like, oh, Rachel's kind of an asshole. I don't understand why the parents don't like Lewis, but they love their daughter. If anything, they should hate the daughter and be like, Lewis, hey, you're a successful doctor. And, you know, you make good money. Like, you're our favorite. We hate our daughter. Can you fix her? That's what the parents should be like.
No, who do you think bought her the keg after Spina Bifida Sally kicked the bucket? It was... They're like, fucking party time. That's why they left her alone. They're like, you deal with this dying bitch. We're going to go get kegs. When we come back, call your friends.
By the way, this scene, when she's explaining it and you see the sister, she's like, ah! Scared the ever-loving shit out of me when I was a kid. Like, this scene by itself, fuck the rest of the movie. This one scene was one of the scariest scenes I've ever seen as a kid.
Oddly enough, this did not scare me as a kid, and it's because I was one of the few times I was actually bigger than somebody. I would have fucked up that bitch if she came near. I'd have slapped her entire goddamn jaw off.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
We cut to the next spring, and there's like a half an hour left in this movie. We cut to the next spring.
Yeah, so it's about to get exciting.
Yeah, so because the Creeds don't watch their kids, Gage is killed by a passing truck. The family is obviously distraught. And this funeral scene goes crazy. Okay, I've been a part of and I've seen a lot of family feuds and fights and things. I have never seen at a funeral a fist fight. Like the grandfather, the Lewis's father-in-law comes up and he's like, "It's your motherfucking fault." I mean, which it is, because he turns his back to Gage for what seems like a half an hour. Like, "You're next, little Sally," or whatever her name is. "You're gonna do the kite next," and then Gage goes running out. Totally his fault. But everybody else is watching Lewis, and nobody sees the little kid go to the road.
I'll tell you whose fault
everybody's culpable.
And I'll tell you exactly whose fault it is. It's that goddamn Rachel's fault, because the little girl's like, "I want to fly," and she's like, "Wait your turn." And then 3 seconds later, you hear Rachel in the background go, "I want to fly the kite too." You're a grown-ass woman.
Yay! Can I fly it now?
Okay, in just a minute.
I want to fly it. Uh-oh.
You can wait. What are you doing? What?
It would have been funnier if Rachel went over and pushed Gage down so she could fly the kite.
She probably hucked him into the road herself.
So after this whole fucking disgusting display at the funeral where the father-in-law knocks Lewis out, and Lewis, by the way, hit the gym, bro. Glass jaw. I know you can't fix that in the gym, but at least you can fight back once you get up 10 minutes later after an old man just knocked you to fuck out.
Dude, that fucking hit came in slower than my fucking urinal flow at midnight. Like, that was
bloop.
Yeah,
bloop. Gotta get that prostate checked, bro.
Dude, my prostate is the size of a grapefruit at this point, I'm pretty sure.
But Lewis, this is like 4 days later. And again, his family's in Chicago because that's what they do. Lewis then digs up Gage at the cemetery after Rachel and the daughter go back to Chicago. Lewis buries Gage in the sour soil, even though Jud and the ghost of Pascal warn him not to.
Time out. He doesn't dig up his son and then go bury him in the sour soil. He opens the fucking coffin and hugs the sour body for a long time.
An uncomfortable amount of time.
Like, it's dusk. The sun is setting. And then he's like, it's midnight, time to take Gage.
I'm going to hold my gray son for a while.
Oh, my God. Enjoy your cat. I love looking at your cataracts.
Listen. I know people love their children. I get it, right?
I don't.
But stank is stank, okay? When he pulls Gage out of the coffin, that motherfucker stinks to high fucking hell, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's winter in Maine.
And maybe it's because I got a weak stomach, but if I'm Lewis in this situation, I'm like, oh,
I don't think it's because you have a weak stomach. It's because you're holding the dead body of 8-day-old fucking kid.
You were correct.
After not being able to get a hold of Lewis, Rachel decides to fly back from Chicago to go home, although Jud warns her not to because she calls Jud too. And Gage then wakes up, goes back home. He goes into his father's room, takes his scalpel from his bag, and heads over to Jud's house. Jud wakes up from a porch nap after having a few beers, and here's Gage
in a disgusting close-up of his teeth.
Yes.
I don't need to see his John Adams fucking bottom set. I'm good. You know, Fred Gwynne, known the world over for his bottom tooth close-ups. I don't think it was necessary in this case. Fuck.
Them's your teeth now.
Some teeth are better off pulled.
But after he goes to Jud's house, Jud wakes up from his, I don't know, drunken nap, which, by the way, those are the best naps. Gage then slices, because Jud is now going around the house because he hears, okay,
don't do that, it's not good for you.
Hi, Jud Crandalls of the world. So you have this family move across, you become friends with them, kid dies, you know the dad buries the kid, he comes back to life. You know what that looks like, right? You've been through this before, and you hear the kid giggling throughout the house. And I'm sorry, you just leave. I know he's a child, but you're also an old man, okay? The child can hide in a lot of places. Just get the fuck out and go to Lewis's house, because at the end of the day, that's your kid now, Lewis. That's his kid. That's his motherfucking problem. Just like if somebody's pet runs away from their house and it ends up in your garage, you don't try to round up the shit. You go to the neighbor and go, hey, your motherfucking dog is in my family room. Because that ain't your problem. That's that motherfucker's problem. Go tell Lewis to get his kid out of his undead kid out of your house. So you stay alive.
I think Jud deserves this.
He 100% does.
This whole movie could have been avoided if he would have, I don't know, spilled 1/3 of the variables he's neglected to tell Lewis this whole time about the fucking burial ground. Like, you start with the zombie guy story.
Yes. 100%.
That's where you start. Yeah. Then you maybe lead to, when you bury something, you owe something. That's also a good tip.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm going to have to pay forward here. Oops, it's my son in exchange for a kitty cat.
Yeah.
Just None of this. We already know Lewis loves the daughter more than he loves Gage, because through half this movie, Gage is like, "I love you, Daddy," and he's like, "Oh, what do you want to do today?" Talking to his daughter. He's completely ignoring Gage. He doesn't give a shit. So that's one. Two, you are an old man who wears overalls 24/7 in Maine. You ain't got a fucking shotgun? Yeah. No. I'm grabbing my fucking shotgun because I've lived in New England before. I'm tucking myself into a corner, and when that giggly little fuck decides to come at me, I'm spraying him all over my living room.
Hell yes.
And then when Lewis wakes up in the morning, he's going to go buy me breakfast at Waffle House because I took care of his problem again.
Yes. But he doesn't. And so Gage slices Jud's Achilles, which always makes my spine tingle. And then he eats his neck while Church sits by and watches.
Yep.
Rachel finally gets home, plane, trains, and automobile style. She hears someone calling her name that sounds like her dead sister, Zelda, with Gage laughing from Jud's house.
We got to go back just one scene.
Okay.
I literally burst out laughing because Krakatoa, or whatever the fuck his name is in the background,
Pascal,
is guiding Rachel, right? And he's like,
yes.
Rachel, it's spooky in there. Be very, very careful. And Rachel just freezes on camera for a while, and then McPoyle disappears. And she goes,
"Is
what?
He from Transylvania?
Is someone there?" I pissed myself laughing at that. That was the dumbest fucking scene. And Krakatoa McPoyle talking to her the entire ride, but her not... I also can't go further, Rachel. Spooky houses.
Disappeared.
Why? Is this another Jud variable you neglected to tell us? Because you've been everywhere we were going. Yeah. Literally, you've been in the house, you've been in the front yard, you've been in you were in Chicago with Rachel. You're fucking sending dreams to the kid, the little girl. But now you can't get out of the truck. Like, do you owe the trucker the handy that Rachel didn't give him? Is that why? Like, I gotta pay off our debts.
He was like, later, Rachel. I'm gonna give him a spooky blowjob.
My God, dude.
And I like how you gave him like the Transylvanian accent.
Yeah. I don't care enough about this movie to work on the ghost Maine accent.
No, he just sounds like everybody else. Everybody else, the fucking nanny, the fucking Jud. And he's just like, it's my blowjob now. Have a good one, Rachel.
My hot shot now.
Maybe there's a better way.
So Rachel finally gets home. She hears her dead sister and Gage laughing. So she immediately goes over to Jud's house. Hears her sister some more. Sees her sister in Jud's room. And she also sees Gage dressed as a fucking carnival barker. And he attacks her with a scalpel and kills her.
Well, again, she's fucking dumb. She's like, she knows nothing about the pet cemetery. Yeah, like the sour ground or the spoiled soup or whatever the fuck we're calling it.
Sour grapes.
So she knows her kid is dead. This is a very real thing. Like this happened.
Yeah.
She didn't know the cat died.
No.
She sees her kid dressed as a fucking circus performer, as P.T. Barnum. And she's like, oh my God, you're adorable. And she's like, what are you doing, lady? That's a dead kid. I am fucking, you know what I'm doing? Fucking this. Picking the shit out of that fucker right out of my house.
Listen, it would be a normal reaction because obviously, your kid is dead, and now you see your kid dressed in like a velour fucking carnival barker outfit, and he's just like, "Hey, mommy, hey, mommy," and he's got a cane and shit. He's like, "Let me guess your weight." The first reaction is just foot in the chest. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, your eyes should be this big.
Yes.
And it's not like, oh my God, Gage. First of all, okay, let's go back to fucking Pascal fucking St. Clair or whatever his name is. Okay, the ghost, who isn't able to change his fucking clothes. Where did Gage get this fucking outfit? Where the fuck did this outfit? Because he obviously had to change in Jud's house. Did Jud have he was like, at one point, I'm going to dress you up like a carnival barker. We're going to have a good old time, Gage.
Jud's just an old pervert. VHS and fucking booty films.
Gage went to Jud's closet, and there was just a little rack of all kinds of clothes for Gage specifically.
Gage, you actually see Gage go, ugh. Like, looks back at him like, you nasty fuck.
Tiny little top hats and shit.
He looks like he's the third Dumb and Dumber.
So not only is Jud withholding information, Jud is also a pedophile. Well, he might not be a pedophile, but he's sure the shit loves dressing up little kids in his house.
This is your lollipop now, Gage.
But Lewis wakes up the next morning. Lewis sleeps through this whole situation. He's so tired.
He got goddamn roofied like I did.
check out the Patreon channel and the pre-show. But Lewis was so tired from burying his son in the spoiled soup or whatever that he sleeps through this whole thing. He wakes up the next morning. He sees Gage's muddy footprints, notices he stole the scalpel, and he gets a call from Gage, who says,
First I played with Dad, then Mommy came, and I played with Mommy. Now I want to play with you.
When Gage says, you, from the first time I saw this as a kid, all the way through now, it's creepy as fuck, but it makes me scared, but it also makes me giggle. It's literally one of my favorite lines in the fucking movie, besides, is your cat now, Lewis?
Gage is definitely the best. Gage is creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
and he's
100%.
He does great. The rest of this cast can eat shit. He does amazing.
For how old was he in this? Fucking 2?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Something, I don't know. From his pudgy little fucking hands, I think he was a newborn, because him trying to twirl a scalpel looked like me trying to fucking masturbate drunk. It's fucking insane.
But Lewis then goes to Jud's. I just gotta skip by that.
Yeah.
Lewis goes to Jud's carrying needles of morphine. He gives some to Church, kills him, and then he goes into Jud's house where he finds Jud's and Rachel's dead body. And Gage, attacks Lewis, but Lewis sticks him with the needle of morphine and kills him. And Lewis then sets the house on fire and carries Rachel's body out.
I also really like Gage's ending line where he's just like, no fair. No fair.
Such a good,
awesome.
No fair.
That scene from when he gets stuck and him just walking away and then walking around the corner saying no fair. And then I'm pretty sure Gage got a concussion here because he walks around the corner. He's like, no fair. And then he falls and he smacks his head on the door and he's out. But that whole scene with it, that's why Gage is the best in this fucking movie. Yeah. That whole scene is fucking awesome.
Yep.
And then,
more proof that Lewis never loved Gage anyway. He only brought Gage back so he could be the one to kill him. Because this motherfucker doesn't shed a tear. He just picks up his dead ass wife and is like, no. I got to take her. Because now I live in Ludlow, Maine. Do you know how much good pussy's in Ludlow, Maine? That much.
I was going to say 0.
Mrs. I got a tummy ache for 28 years.
Lewis, this whole movie is predicated on the fact that Lewis just doesn't want, he just wants to get through life and get to the end and die.
Yep.
He doesn't want to get in trouble. The cat dies. I don't want to get in trouble. You
Yep.
promised me the cat wasn't going to die. Okay, the cat's now, the cat's didn't die. Gage dies. Okay, now everybody knows that Gage dies. Well, let me bring him back to life and I won't be in trouble anymore for fucking ignoring him while he gets run over by an 18-wheeler. But, and by the way, when Gage gets hit by this 18-wheeler, he looks worse than the McPoyle brother, okay?
Oh.
McPoyle brother, I guess, was jogging and got hit by a car, and his whole fucking, he's got Freddy brain. Gage is 2 feet tall, 4 pounds, and he gets blasted by an 18-wheeler going 60 miles an hour. His whole body is soup, okay?
Especially considering he turned around and faced it head on. His head is gone. If there's a body left, it's because the tires went right over the sides of him.
Yeah.
Like,
but he looks fine, but whatever.
Yeah, no.
So as Lewis carries his wife's dead body out of the house, Pascal watches, tells Lewis not to bury Rachel in the same place. Lewis says that he just waited too long with Gage and it'll work with Rachel because she's like totally fresh dead. And Lewis walks through him. Pascal vanishes. And Lewis then buries the wife, plays solitaire, and waits. And at midnight, Rachel comes through the kitchen door. They kiss. We see that her face is fucked up and oozing. And
oozing shit out of her eye. And like, bro, you're a young doctor. You could do a lot better than an oozing eyeball. Like, yeah, I know.
And she still has short hair, okay?
And she has, this one's wasted. She's had 2 kids. Fucking, ugh. Move on.
But the movie ends as Rachel reaches for a knife as they kiss. The screen goes black as Rachel stabs Lewis. End of movie. This movie, for me, because I know you're not a fan. I'm a fan, and it's really odd. I'm kind of a fan of this, like people are fans of the first Evil Dead, right? The first Evil Dead, we've reviewed it. It's not a good movie. But it's in like the horror fucking whatever. I like this movie now because this movie's funny to me now. I see scenes, I see Jud. It's your cat now, Lewis. Don't go out in the fucking the soil is fucking sour, Lewis. That shit makes me laugh. Some of these horror movies like this put a smile on my face because they're not really horror anymore to me. That's why I like them. And it's a whole, like, I saw this as a kid. I'm reminiscing. Like, it scared me as a kid. Now it's not a great movie, but I still like it. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. There are tons of terrible movies that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
I don't deny that they're bad. This is just, it's never really been one of my favorites. One, I've never liked a cat enough to want to bring it back to life or have it alive in the first place. So I'm taken out of that. Same goes with kids. Same goes with short-haired blonde wives, which I've experienced also. Basically, this whole movie's just one giant fucking trigger for me. So, no, it's not for me.
Corey's like, I'm out.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I wouldn't bring any of them motherfuckers back to life. Not the cat, not the kids, not the short-haired blonde bitch wife. None of them. I'd be fucking skipping all the way to Florida to hang out with Armando.
I do need somebody to clean my house, so. And I'm afraid that if I hire somebody to clean my house, it's going to be like this bitch that cleans their house, like the little nanny lady, and she's going to be like, "Oh, I got stomach problems. I got cancer now." I don't need any of that shit. Get out of my house. I'll
clean your toilet after my IBS gets worked out. again, like I said at the beginning of the movie, so much of this is set up that the last 24 minutes, it's set up about a family dynamic I don't give a shit about, and it's not the least bit interesting.
No, they're not lovable.
No.
They're not even likable.
No. They don't even have like a great family relation. They're just a family. It's like a photograph. It's like the picture you get in a frame.
The Olin Mills.
Yeah, it's just it's just a fucking rando fucking picture. There's nothing behind it. Yeah. That's what this family is. My second thing that I can't come to realize with Stephen King, especially, he is much better. His work is much better adapted to the screen by someone else. Let a movie storyteller adapt your film and tell the story in the way they know how to do it. He's gotten better being Stephen King as the years have gone on. But any film that has been taken of his that he hasn't necessarily been involved with has been so good. I mean, for Christ's sakes, The Shining is one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
And it's almost like there are like 2-3 quick parallels to that book. Otherwise, it's way off. The ending, the overall point, et cetera, et cetera. So that's just the way I view Stephen King movies now overall. I just look at them and go, if somebody else would have taken this and adapted it, it would have been so much better.
I think you're right. I think the fact that when we do and when we have reviewed Stephen King movies, if they are movies that he had a hand in and either helping to write or like his fingerprints were all over this.
Oh yeah.
And those movies tend to be the movies that I don't like as much.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I love this movie and it's more for nostalgia purposes than anything. I think you're right with that. But we've talked about that with everything. Any book that gets turned into a movie, it's like, that's the rule in Hollywood. Like, don't let the writer of the book write the screenplay. Like, because it's two different things and you can't separate yourself. You don't want to remove everything from your baby. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, no.
So that makes total sense. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a classic horror film.
Mm-hmm.
I still like it. It's not the best horror film.
No.
It does. What do we talk about with horror? Like, is the story good? Like the premise is okay. I dig the premise and I like the book. I actually read the book. The book's great.
Yeah, book's awesome.
But the execution in the film, like, what were the kills like? Blah blah blah. And that's what you talk about with horror movies. I'll watch a horror movie if it doesn't have a great story and the kills are great.
Mm-hmm.
I know I talk about it every time I talk about horror. Go back to Terrifier. The story isn't awesome, but the kills are fucking amazing. So that's what you're there for. With this, you don't get that. It's almost like the Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Oh, 100%.
Scenario. You know what I mean? So no, it is what it is. I still love this movie though.
You're allowed. I permit it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Do you got anything else for this one?
Go with God, my son. I'm going to say the normal bullshit I do. Check out our home podcasting network over at calibrationmediagroup.com. You can find us there as well as Backstage Buckeye, which is up and running. A great interview between Lou Willard and Dee Miller, former Ohio State and NFL wide receiver. You can also find our Pittsburgh Steelers recap show. Comes out weekly, called Six Rings and Counting, hosted by myself and Mr. Lou Willard. And, of course, a fantastic show for the
ladies. I was trying to do a Transylvanian ghost.
Oh, I liked it. I thought you were going to go, it's your ladies' show now. We have a show called Fashion at 50, also over at calibrationmediagroup.com. Go check everything out over there. You can subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Everything's free. It's all fun. It's all dandy. And you get to see Armando and me multiple times over there. So that's really exciting.
It's your core in Armando now, people. I got nothing.
I have no idea what's about to happen to me, but I know If we belong to the people, I know what they're about to do to you.
Yeah. So
take off your shirt now, Armando.
Looks like you're naked now, Armando. Where's the honey? Corey, I'm Armando. This is Kiss the Reviews, and this was 1989's Pet Sematary.